Hey guys, Tracy Wagner here with Dream Big for Life. I'm an internet entrepreneur, co-founder of Simply Fabulous, and I'm a mom of 5, and I always say, if I can do it, so can you. So today, I had to share. Every single day, I like to invest in myself between 1 to 2 hours, and I usually am on my treadmill when I'm doing this, taking action every single day. So today, I listened to I think it was a webinar with Ty Lopez. Let me get that right. And it was full of crazy, crazy value tips, and it blew my mind, and I knew I had to share with you. I mean, seriously, I took like 10 pages of notes here. And so the one thing I wanted to talk about was he talks about finding your business destiny. So I'm just going to screen share here really quickly. And I'm going to show you what I put together. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Hang on. That's not it. This is it. So he talked about these 4 simple questions that you could answer to help you figure out your business destiny. Because if you're not doing what you're called to do, then you're not going to be as successful, in that business as you would be if you're really where you're supposed to be. So the first question was, what did you grow up around? So for me, it was, I had a single mom, raised us kids, she loved music. But the thing that really was instilled in me from my mom was she worked 2 to 3 jobs to take care of us, so she was a hard worker. And I knew that growing up, that's how I ended up being, a hard worker, a go-getter, take care of business kind of person. And so that got instilled into me from a young age, and so maybe your father was very smart and was a teacher, or, your mom was a musician or so forth. Those things get instilled in you from the time you're young. So the second question is, what have third-party people commented to you on? So not your family or your friends. This is people with outside that circle. So whether they said you have a nice smile, you're a good teacher, you're an amazing mom or dad, you're an amazing mechanic, so forth. Those things you want to write down, and then we'll go back and look at those afterwards. So for me, it's always been, you're an amazing leader, you love to teach, you inspire, you're a good mom, and so forth. So the other question is, what have you been doing for the last 5 to 10 years? So take a look at your life. Like, where has your focus been and what have you been doing? For me, I've been in network marketing for 9 years. It's always been growing a team, helping that team to be successful. And guess what? I'm teaching them and training them and inspiring them and encouraging them. So that's another bubble of where, the things I've been doing. The last question was, what can you talk about on a Saturday for hours and hours? And I know for me, my life, if someone's around me, they'll know this. I'm all about helping people find financial freedom. And the only way to have freedom is to have the finances. So I like to teach people, the tips and tricks on bringing their business to a whole new level, helping them find the proper tools and so forth. And I could talk about that kind of stuff for hours, go over ideas and so forth. So that's me. So in the end all, I knew my destiny was to be an educator and to inspire others. And so that's where I'm at, and I'm doing exactly that. So I did pretty good on this. But a lot of people, they kind of get caught up in the rabbit trails of, oh, here's something, here's another thing, and here's another thing. And they're all over the place. And so nothing ever gets focused on and moved forward. It kind of just stays stagnant. And so he talks about, the business destiny, focus, stay in that calling. There's other products that are going to come along, or tools and things that you can, change into another company and so forth. But as long as it's still in the frame of what your destiny is, and you're able to use those gifts and talents to help others, then you're doing okay. But you don't want to get off on rabbit trails. That was the big thing. The other thing he talks about is who you hang out with. So, you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So take a look at who you're hanging out with. Are those people negative? Are they positive? Are they inspiring? Or do they knock you down kind of? So you want to surround your people with the proper people. You want to surround yourself with the proper people. So he talks about there's 24 hours in a day. 8 hours we're sleeping. 16 hours, we have free time. So he suggests that every day you spend 3 hours with people who are below you, which means people who maybe you're helping and encouraging, they're not quite on your level yet. You spend time with them. So for me, I'm always helping and teaching and training and encouraging and uplifting and pushing. And then the other people you want to spend 33% of your time with, which is about 3 hours, he says, you want to be with those who are on your personal level. So those who get you, who are working at the same level, you're there to encourage each other, push each other and all that kind of stuff. Then you want to be working with people who are 10 to 20 years above you. And this to me was like perfect. It's so true. People that are 10 to 20 years ahead of you in their success and in their business have gone through so many of the steps that we haven't been through yet. And they can teach us and encourage us and show us tips and tricks to help us to move forward. So every single day, whether maybe you can't do 3 hours. So, like me, I do an hour every day of, investing in myself and hanging with the right people and learning from the right people and encouraging others and uplifting others and all of that. You need to have that balance. It's all about balance. If you can balance it all properly, then you're going to be able to move forward. So that was amazing, this amazing stuff, and I had to share it with you. One thing, start with the end in mind. So when you start to set goals, you want to start with the end in mind. And then that way you can work towards them and then you can get there. So I hope this has been helpful and you guys are going to just do amazing. And I'd love to hear what your business destiny is.